In this interview, Chantelle Cox from HBF talks about the value of social media for a brand. She tells us about the channels HBF use to engage their audiences. She also talks about how social media strategy sits within the broader communication mix and some misconceptions about social media. The interview begins with Chantelle introducing herself, her work role, and telling us a bit about HBF.
My name's Chantelle Cox. I'm the social media consultant at HBF, which is a health fund in Australia. We predominantly operate in Western Australia, where we have the largest market share. So our mission is to make our members healthier and happier, so everything we do stems from that. We focus on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and we have a YouTube channel also. Our channels, we have two channels. So we have a corporate HBF Health channel, and then we also have HBF Run for a Reason, which I manage. So that's our largest community event in Western Australia. So that's a major part of our community initiatives as well. So our in-house expertise is wellness, fitness and nutrition. So a lot of our conversations that we'll talk around are based around these topics, but we also have HBF member initiatives such as HBF Fitness. So we really try and leverage those events and programs that we offer for members as our key conversations, because that's where we give our most added value for our members. So we really try and foster a community around those kinds of events, which then use our members as advocates to get the word out to more people. So our promise to our members is to give the best possible service to them. So we realise that social media is really just another channel that members want to engage with us on. So we've kind of changed our policies to now suit and cater for people who do want to ask us things on social media. Mainly we get complaints, but we see it as an opportunity to then set the record straight and give them a positive experience rather than a negative one, and that knock-on effect to all their followers and friends will then hopefully shine brightly on our brand. When it comes to customer service, people's expectations with social media are really different. We need to respond quickly, and with health insurance it's quite complicated and a lot of the matters are quite private, so it's about answering as much as we can in the forum that they've come to us on, and then where things are quite personal, taking that conversation offline where it's more private. So about a year ago, our social media was very much considered an afterthought to our above-the-line marketing campaigns. So they'd come to us a few weeks before and say, these are the ads that are running, can we do something on social? So it's been a bit of an evolving process for us in changing that, so showing the value that social media can bring in amplifying above-the-line campaigns and adding that engagement point of view. We're now at the point where social media is considered at the start. We're allocated a significant budget and we're given the lead times that we need to really plan out and execute a social media campaign which can drive real results, whether it be registrations, whether it be traffic to the website, engagement, or competition entries. So an example of how we did this recently was through our New Year, New You campaign, in which we had a campaign which was trying to communicate to members all the things that they can get through their HBF membership and they can make the most of with the HBF membership. So we made sure that we got a photo shoot on the day that the ad was being shot, we got vision for social, we had an interview with the character who was our main star from the ad, and then we ran a campaign on social media which was asking people how they're going to be making healthy happen in 2015. So we kind of took the main part of the ad, which was inspiring people to be healthier and happier in the new year, and then we put that to action and engage with people on social media in a way that we wouldn't have been able to do in our above the line campaigns. And we got great engagement. People really engaged with our brand because they all kind of shared our vision in wanting to make a positive change for the new year. So it was a really good example to the business of how, with the right planning and budget, social media can really amplify above the line campaigns. So we absolutely engage in social media listening. One of the most important things for us is to know what people are saying about us in social media, and not always will people tag us or come to us to start the conversation. They might just be ranting in general about us. So it's important that we have the scanning in place to be able to pick up these conversations, set the record straight, or help out these people where we can. So we have a tool, an Oracle tool, which we do our social listening through, but it's also important to be across health insurance in the industry in general and listening to conversations and sentiment in that respect. Find out what people are saying and where the opportunities are for us to help people. It's a really complex sector, so where we can add value and be helpful, we will. The first thing I would say that it's a hungry beast, so it's very resource intensive, and I'm the only person allocated to social media and our outbound content that we're producing, and I find it to be very constant. So we always are trying to find new ideas or tweak, which is part of the benefit of social media, that you can test and learn as you go along to come up with creative campaigns time and time again that are relevant and resonate highly with your audience can sometimes be quite hard and difficult. Another misconception that I think is out there is that social media can be quite fluffy and is a cheap alternative to other forms of marketing. But if you want to get it right, I would say that absolutely you need to invest in social media, because the content that you might use, be it video, photography, if you want to get posts designed up, it all costs money, especially with Facebook decreasing reach within the newsfeed. There's time and time again when you need to be putting money behind posts to reach the people that you really want to target. So to be clever, to put the content calendar together, to really think about who you're trying to target. It's not just a slapdash kind of attempt, and it needs solid investment put into it to get the results out. Another misconception that I find is that people are wanting to get return on investment. Social media doesn't drive us any leads, it's a waste of money, it doesn't get us the return that we would get in other channels. So I find that to be a misconception, because it all depends on your goals of your campaign, which if you set your objectives from the start, it might not be about getting money or driving sales or leads. For us, I'm quite lucky that our company acknowledges that social media is part of the top of the funnel activity. So a lot of the time I'm driving awareness and engagement to push people further down the buying cycle. So for me, a lot of the time it's about driving traffic, engagement, or trying to get people to engage actively with our brand. So that's a misconception, I guess, that I find a lot of the time. People are thinking that I always have to prove a money kind of value, but a lot of the time that's not always what you're trying to achieve.
Chantelle provides some great information about the importance of social media for HBF. She talks about the value of a planned approach to a social media strategy, as well as the importance of resourcing so that objectives can be achieved.